For 60 years, Rainbow Stage has been one of the must-dos of the summer, offering audiences an open-air theater experience in the heart of Kildonan Park. To tell us more about this season's summer productions, I'm joined by Artistic Director Carson Nattrass. Hey Carson, welcome to Classic 107.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. Let me begin by saying congrats on your appointment to Artistic Director.
Thank you. It's still so fresh that it sounds very, very odd to me to hear it come out of people's mouths, but here we are.
Here we are, and I mean, I'm excited. Before we get into what's going on, I'm curious. I mean, as a Winnipegger, as a kid, did you go to Rainbow Stage?
Did I ever? I grew up in North Kildonan,
yeah,
where it's almost possible to hear Rainbow Stage. There are places on the other side of the river that you can sit and enjoy the show, yes, my earliest memory is probably seeing Jane Patterson as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Huh. And if my memory serves me correctly, like I don't even know if I'm misremembering or painting this picture in my mind, but I recall the house, you know, when it is lifted by the tornado, that they sent it across over the audience, like a small model. Whoa. Spinning down along a line. Again, it's just something that's what we'll do the next time we do that show. I was
going to say, yeah, maybe you're just already artistic directoring right now.
But it's the most common thing I hear from people is that their memories of Rainbow Stage are where their love for the theater began.
It's a really special experience.
It is. It is. I've been there now, oh gosh, for I don't even know how many seasons, but like as an actor, mm-hmm. and as a director as well. But it's what I hear most from people is that memory of sitting next to their parents under this dome in the most unique theater in Canada.
Totally. For me, I mean, you really hit the nail on the head. I mean, it's sitting there with your parents under the coolest architectural feature that is the dome.
That's right.
But even just to get to the stage, you're in the park, and then all of a sudden there's this structure. It's almost like this magical experience, especially as a kid. It's very striking. And to me, that's what always comes to mind.
Absolutely. And today I actually spent some time preparing to head to the archives to sort of get deeper into the understanding of this incredible iconic building that lives not only within our city, but within one of the oldest parks in our city. Mm-hmm. And its evolution from an open-air amphitheater to this iconic dome that allows us to do shows rain or shine. It's been a long journey, and we just have many more years ahead. It's exciting.
So I know that our audience and listeners are going to know you from your acting, from your directing, from being as involved as you are in the Winnipeg theater community. As a performer, because you touched on it, as a performer and as a director, what makes Rainbow Stage special from the performer's point of view?
Oh my God. Well, there's not many open air theaters to perform in mm-hmm. the country. There's not many that seat over 2,000 people. And there's not many that, in particularly when you're in a matinee, that you can see the audience as well as they see you. Mm. Often, the experience in the theater that audiences will be used to will be, we bring the house lights to half their illumination, then we bring it out, and we're telling the audience to quiet down. Mm-hmm. We're telling them to focus where the light is. That's where we will be. And then when we look out, we see darkness, and that allows us to sort of transport ourselves into this story without distraction. And that is not the case at Winnipeg's Rainbow Stage. We are sharing the experience. When I would walk out as Shrek and I'd see 2,000 people fanning themselves with their program, and I just came out of 2.5 hours of makeup, and I'm in a padded suit, and I'm covered from head to toe with no skin breathing. The first thing I said was, "You think you're hot?" and then you have a nice relationship with the audience.
Yeah. Talk about it. That fourth wall, it's
broken.
Yeah, totally broken. So here we are on a new chapter as artistic director. I mean, this has to be an exciting time. How are you feeling about the new responsibility?
Well, I'm shouldering it as well as I can. I was absolutely showered with good fortune when I was offered this job, because I was also offered this sort of professional development position at the Stratford Festival of Canada at the same time. And my board and my executive director at Rainbow Stage saw the value in this, and I just got back from 3 months at the Stratford Festival that really, which is, born out of the same era with many of the same artists, seasonal theater taking place in a beautiful, iconic place, born out of a tent. Like it's we have so much in common. It was a really wonderful experience to gain perspective on this theater that I've been a part of for years now, but I'm in this new unfamiliar role. It really gave me perspective on what I was coming back to, and a newfound appreciation and excitement moving forward.
I was going to say, it's got you excited enough to break into song and dance, too. If people don't know what I'm talking about, they can do a quick, YouTube search for No Place Like Rainbow, because props on that. It's a great video and a great introduction. So.
Thanks, bud. Do that together real fast.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I'll post it on social media.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no big. So I know back in March there was that production of A Chorus Line with the WSO, but here we are formally beginning the summer season of Rainbow Stage. Tell me about the highlights. What's going on?
We just started rehearsals for Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, which is a jukebox musical featuring all the hits of Neil Sedaka. So we have, from my parents' generation and for a new generation, some of these songs are shockingly familiar that you can't even, you may not even have known who wrote them, but such a prolific artist. And like Mamma Mia, they've written a brilliantly funny story that is new and fresh, and it's a story that you don't know, that supports the music that is familiar to your ear. And so you can guarantee just an absolute blast of a night.
Yeah, it's just one of those where you're going to be humming or singing along the whole time with a smile on your face. It also reminds me of kind of Patsy Cline in that way, like where you hear those tunes and you're like, oh man, this is great. It's just fun to be along for the ride and enjoying the music.
We offer two different kinds of when you're arriving to hear music that you've heard before, either the music is structured in a way that is the story behind the music, like when we did Buddy Holly, Patsy Cline, Cash, or it's in this format like Mamma Mia, where you get a brand new story. It's not the life story of Neil Sedaka. It takes place in the Catskills in the 1960s, and story of these, and I don't want to give it away, but you will have sore cheeks by the end.
So then you go in a different direction with Beauty and the Beast. What can you tell us about this production?
Well, as our production manager, Brooklyn, has informed me, our designer has outdone himself. It is going to be lavish and huge, and everything you come to expect from when Rainbow Stage partners with Disney Theatricals. It's our third time presenting this show, but this will be the first time it's presented like this. And with a set built here, designed here, with now a brilliant track record after sort of beginning with Mary Poppins and following up with Mermaid. This is going to be our big, huge attraction for the summer.
Well, it sounds like there's some really exciting things going on at Rainbow Stage.
One of the most exciting things is that being dedicated to Manitoba talent, we were able to cast both my job to put the creative team together and then cast the show in a way that has an all Manitoban cast that has either either currently lives here or has called Manitoba home. And I'm very proud of that, and I'm not surprised at how easy it was to do that. We have a very unique and strong musical theater community here.
We definitely do. I think that leads nicely to this last question I want to ask you. Moving forward, as artistic director, what are some of your major goals?
Ooh, that is an excellent question. I can't divulge what we're doing in 2019.
That's fine.
You will hear a piece of it in August, and a piece of it later on. The suspense is killing me, and I hope that it builds with our audience as well. I am not only interested in continuing our dedication to Manitoba artists, but to reconnecting with our past. While I was at Stratford, it was overwhelming, the number of artists, senior artists who were at what is, arguably our national theater, telling me that they're not even from Winnipeg, but they got their career started at Rainbow Stage, or their grandparents were here, and so this is where when they came for the summer, this is what they did, and that their love for the theater began there. And I'm interested in inviting a new generation of families to start a whole new set of memories that we'll be talking about 60 years from now.
Well, I'm looking forward to having you back to talk more about all that, Carson. Thanks so much for coming by Classic 107.
Thank you so much. It's awesome.
You can experience the magic of Rainbow Stage starting July 12th. For more information on Breaking Up is Hard to Do and Beauty and the Beast, you can visit rainbowstage.ca.